the Uganda you want? Challenge tulina nti abakulembeze baffe bwe batuyambako bwe bafuluma nga tebafulumidde na ku ssente za gavumenti bwe bagenda bye balabyeyo tebabiddiza bantu kubiteeka mu nkola. So if you want to see the Uganda for Uganda by Ugandans, you must develop the Uganda by supporting the Ugandans. Naye njagala okubategeeza abantu abali eyo nti bwe tuba twagala Uganda ey'enkya tulina okuteekamu ekyetaagisa. Kitandikira ku ffe ng'abantu, kitandikira ku gwe Ssekinoomwe waka. Abachina bakyusa ennyanja tebakyagisima ng'etunudde waggulu, bagisimba etunudde wansi. Ebyo abantu tebabimanyi. Tuve ku nkola eri eya agriculture, tugende ku nkola eya agribusiness.
The Uganda we want. So mu Uganda gye twagala mu lutalo luno olw'okulwanyisa obulabbayo obukenuzi nze kyempita obuvundu. Munnayuganda alina okuba nga yeenyigiramu.
Ffenna twenyigire mu lutalo.
Ate abalala tebasomye kuzimba wabula bayize okuzimba.
Uganda gye twagala okulaba ng'enguudo zonna nkole nungi, public transport nga weeri.
Kati eno gavumenti eriwo erina akabonero ka Lucifer. Buli kyotunulako mu Uganda kiriko oxygen. Either babika amawulire malungi oba mawulire mabi. Minisita teyeetaagisa kabangali budde buno zaaki.
At this time, why should somebody import the furniture from outside Uganda? Let us leave NRM to be in charge for another 36 years or more.
I really want to see a Uganda that believes in the rule of law. If you have a constitution in place, follow it to the letter. Don't change laws just because you want them to favor you.
Kuba njagala omanye nti obugagga bwonna Uganda bwe yeeyagaliramu buyita waffe ku ttaka lyaffe. Naye busoga mugidibaze.
How can a referral hospital refer you to a private clinic? The Uganda we want buli muntu ateekwa okumanya nti I am a stakeholder, nkwatibwako si kwesuulirayo gwannaggamba.
Uganda oyinza okukakana nga mwe mulina bagraduates aba university nga bangi okusinga ebungereza. Mwe mufokasinga nnyo ku degree. Eri bo bafokasinga nnyo nti byensomye mbijeemu omulimu n'enkola.
We are dreaming of a Uganda where at a young age there is such a relationship between parent and son, parent and daughter, where the daughter can say this is what I want.
Uganda gye twagala empya tesobola kubeerawo nga tewali mateeka. Amateeka agakola.
The Uganda we want. Welcome to the program, The Uganda we want. My name is Malanzi. I'm so excited to be back again with this program. And today, it's such a beautiful day. I hope you're going to enjoy our guest tonight, who is going to share with us the kind of Uganda that he envisions. I want to say thank you to all of you who watch Dream TV, Doxa TV, and who listen to us on Impact FM. Impact FM has got close to 4 branches in Uganda. We have 107.6 Jinja, 103.7 Mbale, 101.5, that is Massacre, and 98.4 Kampala. But we also have our listenership on www.imc.ug. At the same time, we have those who listen and watch our media on Doxa app. So in case you have a smartphone, okay, esimu eyokuseereza mugitegeera eyo ezo ez'okuseereza ezo, if it's Android or it is from the Apple gadget, you can download Doxa. That app is very good, and you'll be able to watch Dream TV, Doxa TV, at the same time listening to Impact FM. We also have a number of items and stuff that we give you via that app. So make sure that you go there, you watch, you make a choice that you want to us to serve you, be able to serve you. This program, The Uganda we want, we bring people here who share with us the kind of Uganda they want to see, and it is a call to all leaders in this country. When you listen to such people, they are sharing their heart. They want to see Uganda change. When we were in election some time back, I had a group of young people who were saying, we need a new Uganda. Uganda empia. Well, if we need a new Uganda, we don't just talk about it. There is something that has to be done. And that something that has to be done, it's from these people, senior citizens, stakeholders in different ministries, different departments, different sectors. When they speak, please, our leaders, listen. Please stop making us cry every day. Listen to them. They are sharing what they think and what they know that can actually work for the betterment of our country. Having said that, allow me introduce Mr. Benon Ntambi. Well, I know I've known him for some time, not face to face, but of what he is doing in our country. I know him. He is now the managing director for Munta Royal College and Royal Giant High School, Secondary School, Mityana. It's such an honor, sir, for me to have you in this program, the Uganda we want. And on Dream TV, Doxa TV, and Impact FM, and our managing director, Dr. Jisrada, we are so happy to have you. Could you please greet our viewers and our listeners for that case?
I'm very much humbled to be on Doxa TV, on Impact Media, and all the platforms that have been mentioned. And I think it's by the grace of God that I was chosen to air my views, and I take the opportunity and honor to greet all the listeners and viewers of this platform. Good morning, and I greet you in the mighty big name of Jesus Christ, our great Lord, and I welcome you to this very, very interesting topic.
Wow.
Ade wano nga ndowooza ku linnya lyo Mulanzi oze okulanga Uganda empya gye tusuubira.
Yeah,
well, that was a selection and the grace of God to be Mulanzi.
I think we should have a ministry.
Yes.
And I should head that ministry, the Uganda you want ministry.
Exactly, the Uganda you want.
Yeah.
I can be your state minister. My name is Benon Ntambi.
Yes.
By the grace of God, I'm the director for Munta Royal College, Hombo, and Royal Giant High School, Mityana, where we are today. I'm also the chairman of the Uganda Heritage Tourism Board.
Yes.
In the Uganda Kingdom. And I represent Uganda Kingdom in Uganda and the whole world.
Wow, wow.
So that is also grace of God. And
exactly.
I think the King found me befitting to execute those duties. So I don't only handle education. By education background, I'm a professional chartered accountant and also a teacher by profession. So I'm doing what I want. I love education, I love children. And because I do what I want, I love what I do.
Wow. It's such an honor for me to have you. And before we talk about what has brought us here, well, allow me to pop my nose into your life briefly. Well, Uganda is a big region. Yes. If we say, can we say you're from Mityana, you're from Ruwero, or if I go by counties, are you from Bulemezi? Like, for example, I come from Ewachitunze Gomba, ndiwe Gomba, Musazera Ssaabasajja Kabaka eryo, director guva Musazera Ssaabasajja Kabaka eryawa.
Nze ndi mwana nzaale ey'oku Mityana.
Busujju.
Muno Mityana town.
Eba Singo.
Actually, bw'okuva wano ndi mu Singo.
Oli mu Singo.
Ndi munnasingo. Newankubadde nga emirimu ngigaziyizza, ngikolera buli wamu, ngikolera e Kyaddondo, ngikolera
mu Bulemeezi
n'emirala, naye nga obuzaale ndi munnasingo Kaswa.
Nsanyukidde ddala kubanga gwe ekikolwa ky'okoze Katikkiro wa Buganda yabadde mu ssaza lya Amerika erya California.
Yes.
Nga batuuza abamu Ssaabasajja Kabaka be yasiimye bamukulemberereko abantu bendo eryo kubanga ne menta wange mwe bamuweredde ekitiibwa okumyuka ssentebe gy'agenda Ssemakula Ambassador Jagenda Semakula. He's my mentor. Ssaabasajja Kabaka yamulabye n'amusiima kuba yakagenda mu America myaka giringa ebiri emabega gy'abadde eyo. Kati Katikkiro bwe yabadde ayogera Charles Peter Mayiga n'agamba nti banne mulina okukulaakulanya ebitundu gye muva. Kyankutteko nnyo era nze bwe mbadde nzija nenonga otambula butambuzi genda waka. When I look at what you have done in Mityana, I'm like, banna Mityana abali e Kampala, what are you doing there?
Tebagala kudda
waka.
Tebagala kukulaakulanya bitundu.
To be honest, this should be a shock to them and a wake-up call to them.
Indeed.
Let them come back and let us go back to our places. Tuyambe tukulaakulanye ebitulwe n'amasomero bwe gati amalungi. Tuve mu mugotte kw'ettaka tulirina. Mu Mityana mweriri, mu Gomba mweriri, ne twesibye mu Kampala muyiikeemu 5 ku 10 n'oli n'ayagala oteekako essomero.
Waliwo n'abayimba oluyimba sijja kuva Kampala ŋŋaanyi.
By the way.
Naye nga tebamuzaala buweekula bamuzaala eyo mu kyalo naye nga sijja kuva Kampala.
No kino ekikola kibazuukuse
kwa maanyi era ndowooza nti nga bw'ogiyise wake up call abantu bwe balaba ebintu ebifaanana nga bino nga bikoleddwa bannakitundu mu bitundu byabwe bafuna okusoomozebwa naye ate kibategeeza nti kisoboka. Tewali kitasoboka.
Era kye nasanze ku gate with God all things are possible.
Exactly. Yes,
well, tusanyuse okubeeramu naawe. Our viewers and listeners, we might use 2 languages, so in case you listen to us when we have changed the language, we just want to make sure that every point is well understood. Well, Director, Uganda kijoyagala okulaba. Which Uganda do you want to see?
That is a very, very broad topic. I'll try to dissect it though. When I think about Uganda, I think about this young generation. The Uganda I want to see is not the Uganda we can see tomorrow. Because if you are
as in tomorrow.
As in tomorrow, Uganda ekyuke efuuke kye twagala. No, it's a process. And it takes everyone's effort. It takes many people to bring in perspective the Uganda I want to see. And I want to summarize it in a number of spectrums. I think when I talk about the Uganda I want to see, it starts with generational reform. Everyone would like to see Uganda that people are rich, people are happy, people have gone to school, medical facilities are okay, the income per capita is substantive, but it takes time to build it. And the Uganda I want to see, I want to imagine that it starts with people. There is a general saying that we use in administration and management, that people will make you and people will break you.
Abantu basobola okukola oba okumenya.
Yes. So people, the Uganda we want to see starts with people. Because it's the people who make Uganda.
You're talking about the 48 or 50 million people that we have in our nation?
The 48 or 50 million people, but most especially the youths.
Oh, the 76%.
The 76% people below 40 years are the future of this country. And I look at the following areas. I looked at morals. The Uganda we want to see in terms of morals. The Uganda we want to see in terms of attitude. The Uganda we want to see in terms of workmanship, ethics. The Uganda we want to see in terms of mindset. The character of the people we want to see. Those 5 or 6 components really constitute the dynamic change you can achieve in Uganda.
You're a teacher, and I want you to break it now down to us, looking at the 76% you talked about, because I think what you're trying to tell me, singa abavubuka bano ezo components tuba tuzirina, Uganda tugenda kuba tugifunye. Then my question is, how can we achieve that, Director?
I want to give you a very simple example.
Yes.
Let's talk about work ethics, for instance. I was talking to one of my colleagues who is an Asian. He has businesses in Kenya. He has businesses in Uganda. I'll not mention his name because I never asked him to mention his name on the platform.
Yeah.
But he told me that for him to employ 6 Ugandans to do a job, he can as well employ 1 Kenyan and he can do the job.
Oh.
Implying that 1 Kenyan can do a job that is done by 6 Ugandans. I felt touched. But he was my friend and I knew he wasn't telling me lies. And he gave me a simple example. He said, you know, a typical Ugandan who works in public service, when he comes to office,
It's fine.
when he comes to office,
Yeah.
the first thing he does when he reaches office is to look for what is on his WhatsApp.
Oh, he's in office or she's in office?
On office time.
Office time, but WhatsApp
Is
the
WhatsApp
priority.
for 1 hour. Then he asks for newspapers. He reads them. He reads New Vision, Book a Day, whatever, for another 2 hours. Those are 3 hours of working gone. Then he will go to his desk and start working for maybe 1.5 hours. That's already midday. He goes for lunch. He gets his coat. He puts it on the back of the seat. He leaves it there. Abantu bamanye nti wali.
Kumbe alesewo kisikiriza.
At midday 30 he goes for lunch. He comes back at 3. When the official lunch time is 1 to 2. He comes back at 3, if he comes back, that is. Then he goes back to the mails and WhatsApp to see what new changes have come for another 1 hour. So at 4, he works for 1 hour. At 5, he goes for what people call networking. Sits under the umbrella in the guise of networking, drinking booze. That's an average, typical civil servant. But he has effectively worked for 2 hours in a day of 8. So to get, and when the gentleman referred to the Kenyans have a very good working ethics. And we see that they are the ones who are taking over the jobs in banks, in the tourist industry.
Yeah.
They are the MDs. And that also brings me back, for example, to the culture of Uganda. When someone loses a relative.
Talk about it.
Ajja kubika ngenze kuziika. When he loses a relative, if he's an MD, about 6-10 people will not be working because they have to go for
the burial.
And when he loses the relative, he will spend another 1 week before he does what? He comes back. And that is a typical Ugandan. And our culture of burying, when you die today, they have to bury you in the next 2 days. That's not what happens in Kenya. That's not what happens in South Africa. When someone passes on, they keep the body in the mortuary up to the weekend. And somebody is buried on Saturday. But here, and from even if you lose somebody today, you'll have to work up to Friday in Kenya. Then on Saturday, you go to the burial ground and you bury. And Monday, you're back in office.
Yeah.
So
if you want to spend time, spend it on a weekend.
You spend it on your time.
On your time.
Take the burial in your time. And you're not going to say, I have lost a relative, so I have to mourn for the next 5 days. And then after the burial, I'll mourn for another 5 days. That is a very counterproductive culture. And as long as you're talking about the Uganda we want to see,
yes,
we must reform on this culture.
And director, you know, our culture here, you know, we are burying during the weekdays. We have already put work aside. And if you don't go and say, okay, let me prioritize work, you are a social misfit. Hey. People will say, you guy, tazika. And if you see, you cannot eat your cake and you have it. Yeah.
If you've got to reform to the level we want Uganda to be, some of these things have to change. Talk about the introductions, the marriages we have. When someone is going for marriage, you ask for leave for 1 week. And after the marriage, you ask for leave for another 1 or 2 weeks.
Honeymoon time.
Honeymoon time. That's very counterproductive. I've seen somebody who, I was working in MTN and somebody came and asked for for a leave for 2 weeks to go and prepare his wedding. What? 2 weeks he was off, and this was not his official leave time.
Because there is in official
as
job,
a strict manager,
yeah.
I tried to stop him, but then I realized that I was receiving feedback from society that I'm inhuman. So I said, well,
Tolina mutima.
Guy alina omutima omuzibu. And yet these are the ethics that you're talking about. Now look at what is happening today. Really, Uganda has become a spendthrift in functions. People have launched for everything.
They launch for the visit of what they call official visit.
Official visit.
They have to prepare a launch there.
Then they launch for Kwanjula.
Then they launch for Kuhinjiro wa Kwanjula.
Then they launch
for the wedding. Yeah.
Now people have gone to the level of launching for a birthday.
Oh,
launching for
birthday launch.
Graduations. Launching for Silver Jubilee celebrations. Anniversaries. They typically launch for everything.
They're about to launch for the visitation days at school.
Exactly. Now this kind of money that is being spent can effectively be used on productive issues. The culture is so terrible. If you invite Ugandans and introduce to them a subject of development and you want contributions, it is unlikely that you get some people who subscribe to your cause. But people subscribe to causes of wedding, and people make very flamboyant weddings. Flamboyant. Someone spends 200 million, 300 million, 500, a billion. You invite 1,000 people on your wedding.
Someone said some time back that if you want to get some money in your pocket, just pray you lose someone in your family.
Exactly.
Because even our funerals are becoming a source of income for people. Can you imagine?
And you see, what is actually, for me personally, what pains my heart is, okay, there's a wedding of a friend I attended in South Africa. This guy was a very rich young man because his father was the proprietor for Omega Pharmaceuticals, which has several pharmacies in the whole of South Africa. And I was working there about 20 years ago. This young man was the operations manager. So typically, he was coming in office every day in overalls. He was always filthy. He wasn't, okay, his operations required him to dress up like that. So this particular Friday, he comes in when he's dressed to kill in a very nice suit. And then we ask him, hey, Timo, what's the problem? What went wrong? Are you okay? Are you okay? He said, oh, yes, I'm okay. You don't know what's happening today? He went to his office. He brought up, we were 3 in our office, in the finance office, and many others elsewhere. So he brought us 3 cards. He said, I'm inviting you for my wedding. It's taking place today at midday 30. At midday 30, we went and attended the wedding. It had hardly 50 people. 50 people, including workmates, relatives for the groom, relatives for the bride. And we attended the wedding from midday 30 up to 2. The luncheon was done. We went back to office, including the groom. He came back to office. He worked up to 5. Then he went to honeymoon.
After work.
After work. He was back in office. He only spent 1 day out of official duty, the Monday. Tuesday he was in office.
Wow.
And he's a rich young man, a son of a tycoon.
But you find a poor Ugandan
showing off. People borrow. People take loans.
For weddings.
People take loans for Kwanjula. And I think this culture of Kwanjula, I subscribe to the culture itself, but I don't subscribe to the way it is done. People have lost it all because people go to the level of bringing water tanks, promising.
You have to bring a dining table. Must bring a vehicle, a tank. Must bring cows or 2 or 3, and then maybe.
But the parents are taking all these things from, have a life to begin. Now you leave the couple when the husband feels already agitated because all the property has accumulated over years. including the one he has not yet accumulated because he has borrowed, has gone to the in-laws, and he's going to start a life with some additional expense that they have given him, the wife.
Ate waliwo gwe nawulira director ye ng'omukyala ye yaleetera n'omwami okwewola ng'agamba nti nze ani gw'onaaswaza ffe luli muwala wa gundi yaleeta bino waffe nze oyagala nve waffe mu kuswala okwo
anti aboogezi bakajubi bano ab'oku mikolo abeerawo nga baleese mwebale abaleeta no last time baleeta na kino naye nga tebalinga kye baali baleese. So aboogezi bakajubi bajubisa. There's a friend of mine who told me the reason he didn't marry is because he had a fiancée and they went to the function of her sister. And when she looked at what they have brought for the sister, imagine, where am I going to accumulate this money even if I work for 5 years? And then slowly but steadily he broke the relationship. So are we building this for the Uganda tomorrow?
Or we are breaking it for the Uganda? Yes.
So if really go back to the topic, the Uganda we're looking at tomorrow must include mindset change.
We must change the way we think and the way we do our things.
Absolutely. Without that, it is like saying I'm going to become a rich man. You can't become a rich man with the poor habits. You can't become a rich man with a poor mindset. Even if you get a lottery,
Even if you go to the lottery.
Even if you get, I think it's jada, for lack of a better word. No kuba jada no winning.
Bana bagenda mugundi. Yes.
No winning a cent. If you win 2 billion shillings today, and your mindset is a poor man's mindset, you remain the same. So when you're talking about the Uganda we need to see tomorrow, we start with mindset. We start with a total absolute reform.
Director, you could be speaking for it. Let me give myself as an example. Let me sacrifice myself. Suppose I'm listening to you, I'm hearing you, I'm on the TV watching, you're talking about mindset change, but still I'm like, what is he talking about? How can I change my mindset? As in, how can I my mindset has to change anyway?
People above a certain age cannot change their mindset. So baba ingide myaka ejentondo. Baba tebakyagambwako. Omugamba kalozo omwana andabye mukamwa. Omwana anvumye. Akulopa mu lukiiko lw'ekika. There are those people.
Simanyi oba awuliriza oba alaba ayinza okuba nga atula ina gwe nadde njogerako naye nga ndi busaabala nadde busaabala awo nga era ku mikolo gyuli gy'oyogeddeko kati nga nze nga ndi mu kwesistinga wetaaga abantu biki naye nga yakugamba already nga yakulaga mindset ye yakyuka dda I'm not all about many people at the function or what ng'olaba nti there is a slight change in the way this person is thinking about what is a wedding, what is the function, what is getting together, what is marriage. It's not about the many people, but chemuba mugenzemu. So hopefully banja bakyetaaga in our nation.
Ideally, in our nation, everyone needs it. But we need to start with the youths.
Abavubuka.
We need to start with the children in the primary level to change their mindset, to change their thinking, to start to value money, to start to value the importance of work. I know we shall go to the education system and talk about it because I have another big dose here for that. But when you look at the minds of people, they can only reform at a tender age. From the primary level, secondary level, up to tertiary level. Someone hits 25 years and he's not changed, he doesn't have a reform, he has a lot of work to do. And unfortunately, the primary school are taught by adults. People who are above 25. So the question you have for me is who is going to constitute that reform? It has to start somewhere. From people like me, people like you. When you buy into the subscription of this particular issue, we must take intentional efforts to reform the minds of people. Here in our schools, for example, these kind of things, I talk to them almost every week, minimum once a week.
You gather them and...
You see, there is something I identified in our education system.
Yes.
Our education system teaches people to get jobs. Our education system teaches people
to go to office.
To go to office. But how many office jobs are there?
Yeah, government can actually, it hardly employs even 10,000 people.
And many schools in this country are focusing on educational excellence. Performance in senior 4, excellent performance in senior 6. But I want to tell you something.
Yes.
The only thing that will help you to get a job is the qualification. But the only thing that will keep you there is the character.
Well, I can be qualified, I can get employed, but if my character is I can't keep the job.
There's a saying in Uganda nti owempisa embi bw'alinnya emmotoka ng'agenda US n'ava Mityana ng'agenda Ntebe alinnye ennyonyi. Agenda okutuuka Entebbe ng'empisa z'embi zaalinnyedde ennyonyi. Zimusanga London oluba okuyingira ku kisaawe nga zimwambala. Kati yaba agenze okukola empisa nga zivaayo kuba zaamwambala dda. So there is nothing that I can equate to character. But how many schools, our children here, we've done a lot of character reform. A lot.
So how do you reform the character? Probably, even if we talk about that director and we close this episode, it is okay. How can we reform the character of our young people? Never no bogambya bagendo tutawanya abali abavu emyaka gyavuka nga nabo tugezeeko. How can we reform their character?
It is a big package, but I think it starts with understanding that whatever you see, if you want to get something, you must know its importance. You understand? So if you want to change your character, you must look at the benefits of a changed character. So here, because this was for 25 years, and what I'm talking about today, we didn't begin it yesterday. We bring old students here. Some are doctors, others are engineers, others. Typical different professions. And they tell these learners how much they have climbed up the corporate ladder because of their character. We also, that's one avenue.
Yes.
The other avenue is also to give them empirical examples of if you don't have good character here, we cannot give you a position of a prefect. And prefects have a lot of benefits.
Oh, at your school?
Yes.
Wow.
They have a lot of benefits. But you can't be one
if your character
is lacking. And if you are even given a position of responsibility and your character proves lacking, it's easy to demote you. But building character is a long package. And what is character? Omwana amanyi okunti omuntu bamubuuza tomuyita kuba tomubuuzizza.
Waliwo we nabuuza oli n'angamba kati maama mb'olina empisa nnyingi.
Biri basic. Omwana amanyi nti omuntu omuyita kuba tomubuuzizza. Omwana amanyi nti beebaza.
Oli alina kyakkoledde nga neeyanziza.
Omwana amanyi nti babuuza. Nti beebaza. Nobagambako sorry. Does he have those ethical catchwords in his build-up?
Tutambulira mu taxi director munange n'akulinnya n'atambula butambuzi n'agenda.
Taxi is a very typical example. Nze waliwo natambulako mu taxi ennaku ezo. I was doing a certain check-up. Naye kanambuleko mu taxi. Neze bwe natuuka mu taxi ne mbuuza abantu.
Buli omu ng'akwewuunya n'okwewuunya. Onaabuuza abadde yagala kutuba. Nemuga osibye tannyabo. Hi. Hi. Osibye tannyabo. Hi.
Naye kagamba. And I'm making sure nti ngenda mu kifo gye batamanyi. Now that shows you how bad character is. Nti omuntu alinnya mu taxi ng'ono atudde wano tewali abuuza munne.
Olaba ne bannamagye beebuuza ne bonna bazimbye bati.
Ng'ekifuna. So character propels from that level that when we are here, omwana tasobola simanyi mu mutuusewo tebababuuzizza abaana bemuyiseeko.
Wedde abampitako bambuuza.
That is the beginning of character. But they also big up the bigger picture. Omuntu namanya nti as I'm walking around the street, the compound, and I see a rubbish, I have to pick it. If I find a clean compound, I don't litter. What you see in the cleanness of this place is not accidental because you have come. It is intentional. You have built it over time. Nti omwana asanga akasasiro ng'omugenyi azze oba ku vidi n'akapiikinga n'agamba maama we, here we don't litter.
We have where to
and the dustbins are spread everywhere. Keep Royal Giant clean. But that goes out. Nti bw'ava wano n'alinnya taxi. Naye wanaaba ali eri envu. Tajja kumala kulya ayise mu ddirisa asuule. Because the culture has developed.
Oh, so that, are you telling me, are you speaking to me right now that the reason why we say keep Kampala clean and it is not clean, it is because abalimu we just know the word.
Yes.
It says keep Kampala clean.
But also it's also important to know what a clean environment looks like.
Yeah.
People have not moved outside Kampala.
Oh.
I've been all over the world by the grace of God. I've been to the UK, I've been to US, I've been to Europe, I've been to so I know when I mean clean, what do I mean? Now, children who have gone through our schools, they know when we say a clean environment, what does it mean? Now, how I wish every school would cultivate that culture. Because if we say are beginning the youths, we must begin with the schools.
Because abavubuka bano bali mu masomero, they are in the schools.
Gye basangibwa. Omukulu wabaddewo endowooza nti Ebola abagenda kuggala amasomero. Nengamba yiisi nga babadde banneebuuzaako. Mu masomero kyekifo ky'oyinza okukubiramu abantu ne batafuna bulwadde. Babeera wamu. Uganda bayingira.
Ate baba bayingira osobola okukimanejinga.
So the culture you see outside there that we are criticizing, the problem begins from schools.
Because some of them went to
the problem begins from home. A child who comes from home and the family is tattered because the father and the mother don't talk eye to eye, don't see each other, don't meet, don't reconcile, will come to the school with that mentality and mindset. Unless the school reforms and tells him, look, these are not acceptable behavior, he will not have an opportunity to be a better person. So when we talk about mindset, it involves the government's involvement. The government should set up policies. The government should take up initiative to support the culture transformation. You see, we talked about barriers. If the government comes up and says, there will never be any barrier except on Saturday, it will happen.
Director, tugenda kuchawa.
Nedda okukyawa si kikulu. Nzijira emyaka ejange tegikyanoonya buganzi. Gino emyaka ejange giriwo kukyusa nsi.
Bw'ofa ku Mande, Mulago munene, Kiruddu munene, Mityana Lifaalo munene.
Bateeke mu ggwanika. Tuzike ku Saturday, abantu bakole emirimu. The reason our money is weak is because it's not backed by production.
These public holidays zisusse.
Public holidays nyingi. You see, Jimanji na baboda bayinza okunchawa. But the effective time utilization of the people who are riding borders is lacking.
Yeah.
We need to have intentional habits to change the world.
You're still under our topic, general reform. This
is all general reforms. People must know that when you are 2 or 3 people in the same family and you are all rich, that's an advantage. Abantu balekerawo okuwala n'abannaabwe ababasusseeko mu family setting y'emu. Abantu bakyuse mindset erowooza nti abagagga be babba ssente zaabwe. Oba okitegeera?
Omwavu bw'alowooza.
Oli agamba nti oyo aliba alaba kaki.
Baatuuka.
Baatuuka. Naye ng'ate tafuddeeyo kulaba nti oyo ekimutuusizaawo kiki. When you study the behavior of the rich, you will see that they value one very important resource, and that is time.
It's not actually the money they have.
No.
It is the time.
It's the time. It's the time. One
Wow.
important resource that all rich people value is time. That's why omuyita n'amugamba nti omukolo gutandika ssaawa mmeka? Ssaawa 6.
Nga yatuuse dda.
6 n'atuuka. Mwe ne mulinda omukolo ne gulwawo okutandika. Ne gutandika ku 8. N'abeerayo eddakiika 3 just to show
nti mbaddewo obutayagala kunyiiza mukulu eyamuyise.
N'agenda naye ng'omwononedde essaawa z'emmeka?
Essaawa 2.
Omulala bwaddamu omuyita tajja.
Akusindikira kiyambi gw'amanyi anaatwala obudde.
Atalina nnyo kyakozesa budde bwakusindikira. But you see, those are the behavioral habits that must change.
Hanzo nkyusizza omuntu yenna kati okuntuma mbu nantuma. Nina okusooka.
Yes, because when you came here, I told you we are meeting at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
At 10 o'clock exactly, we have begun. If you have another appointment with someone at midday, you'll be able to meet it.
The same to you.
Exactly. But if you came here and I delayed you and I said, look, nsonyiwa ate saplanize bulungi ate waliwo meeting gye ntandise ate egenda kuggwa late, I am wasting your time, I'm wasting other people's time, and the cycle goes on.
And the young people you talked of that you want to reform,
yes,
we do have that challenge.
Exactly.
We are not valuing the time that we have.
Exactly. Sometimes old students here come and talk to their people. And then when there is a delay in the process, we pronounce it artly with bitterness. Your program was supposed to start at 11. If your program starts at midday, how do you expect other school programs to prepare?
Yeah.
And you see, these are things that people take for granted and very light. I am late by only 5 minutes. Time is money. If you want to know, me, I was late in Amsterdam for 5 seconds. I missed a plane.
In Amsterdam?
I paid $250 for compensation. That is when I remember that time is money. Get the gala of wasting and you walkable distance. And you don't have anyone to ask.
If you were a pastor, the congregation would be saying, preach it, pastor.
Closed. And 5 seconds. And if you want to know how valuable time is, ask the woman who delays in labor.
Yeah.
The pain of 5 seconds, the mothers there will tell us
not bearable.
The level of pain is not bearable.
Yeah.
And yet we waste time in hours, in days. The transformation has to start from schools so that when the students in primary, the students in secondary go and get ministerial posts, we will not waste people's time. You go and labor to see a minister and it takes you 3 hours out of your appointment time. And if you're talking about the Uganda we want to see tomorrow, all these things have to change.
It's so shocking that to see a minister is harder than seeing the president.
Exactly.
If the president has given you an appointment, the time he has given you, you see him. But a minister?
It's tough.
It's tough.
So you see that you realize that the culture originates from history. Because we have even nicknamed it the African time.
Ogw'omukolo gwa ssaawa
9.
Wakuziika ku 8, oyo wa 11.
So these areas you're talking about, the mindset, the character, the hard workmanship, you give someone a job, he promises heaven and earth, I can work. You know, we are very good at writing.
I can work without
minimum supervision.
Or minimum supervision.
With minimum supervision. No, incidentally, he's just adding, he's just removing one word. I can work, I can't. He's just removing
the N-O-T.
I can't work without supervision. He says, I can work without supervision.
Director, allow me to stop here for today. And in our next episode, you will continue from there.
Thank you.
Our viewers and our listeners, let's stop here for today. You've heard it from Director Benon Ntambi, who is the Managing Director for Munta Royal College and the Royal Giant High School. Mitiana, he's born of single and is a proud Uganda and is serving our king and our nation. So we will catch him up to tomorrow. So please make sure that you tune in. to listen more from him. My name is Mulanz Robert. This is the Uganda we want. Bye-bye.